The NBA playoffs start tonight, and I wanted to wait until the play-in was over to make my official predictions. If you were around for my old channel, I predicted most of the series correctly. I got the Celtics and the Mavericks in the finals right. I picked the Celtics to win in 6. I think they won in 5 off the top of my head. I don't know. Listen, I did really good last year, okay? Not trying to brag, not trying to do anything. I did really good last year. This year, I feel like it's going to be a little different. I think I might struggle this year. You can tail these picks if you want, but if not, make sure to make your own picks. And if you gamble on these, gamble responsibly. As always, this video is not sponsored, but DraftKings, if you want to hit me up, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got like 52 subscribers, you know, that's a big number. But anyway, the first round matchup we're going to go through is the Thunder and the Grizzlies. This one really is a no-brainer. I'm going to go Thunder in 4. I'm going to go with the clean sweep of the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies looked great last night against the Mavericks, but that was the 10-seeded Mavericks. The Thunder is just a different gravy level of team. This is the best, most complete team in NBA history. I do believe they're the greatest team in NBA history. I'm going to wait to see if they win the finals to drop that video on that take, because I feel like they have to win the finals to be considered the greatest team in NBA history. But I think they are the best regular season team in NBA history. But if they win the finals, you'll get a video on that in my take. The Denver Nuggets and the Clippers. This should be a phenomenal series, but only one of these teams has the best player in the NBA. And that's why I think it's going to set the Nuggets ahead of the Clippers in 6 games. The Denver Nuggets, really, really good. Fired Mike Malone, really, really questionable move. I do believe, however, that they just have the talent to beat the Clippers, even though I feel like the Clippers play really well. Zubac is a force to be reckoned with. James Harden and Kawhi are really good. But again, this will all depend on Kawhi's health. Can Kawhi stay healthy? If he does, this could maybe be a Clippers win in the series. But I don't think regardless anyone's getting past the Thunder in the next round. But I think that with Jokic, anything is possible. I think he's going to go crazy, but I think it's going to be a lot of Jokic. I think it's going to be almost too much of Jokic to be sustainable throughout an entire playoff run. The Denver Nuggets definitely have a lot to think about this upcoming offseason, and I think they do barely edge out the Clippers in 6 games. The Lakers and the Timberwolves. Now, a lot of people are picking the Lakers to win this series, which I don't really understand. Rudy Gobert has been one of the best players in the NBA for the last month secretly, and Anthony Edwards is a very, very good offensive player. You're telling me the 6-seeded Timberwolves at full strength, who go toe-to-toe with the Thunder regularly, are going to struggle with the undersized Lakers, who look good, don't get me wrong, and the defensive schemes will be good. We know Luka likes playing the Timberwolves in the playoffs, but I think the Timberwolves like playing the Lakers more. I think the Timberwolves win this series in 7 games. I do believe that the Lakers get first rounded, but then I believe LeBron comes back, signs of at minimum. They get Kyrie in the offseason. They have Kyrie, Luka, LeBron to headline their force on the next season's agenda. They're going to pick up a center. I think Mark Williams makes sense. I think Daniel Gafford makes sense. I think both of those would be great fits in LA. I think they retool, and next NBA season will be the Lakers' turn to do some damage. But I do think that the Timberwolves will beat the Lakers this year. I just like the way they match up. I think the Timberwolves are going to be very, very good in these playoffs. The Rockets and the Warriors. Now, you want to talk about a great, phenomenal series. This is a great and phenomenal series. Okay, the Houston Rockets, best defensive team in the NBA, arguably, besides the Thunder. Great young core. A lot of these players, first time getting real NBA playoff action, which is why I'm leaning Golden State. But Golden State, we have Curry, Jimmy Butler. You have an undersized lineup, but it seems to work. Jimmy Butler looked really good in those play-in games. So did Steph Curry. But if we remember the last time they played, Steph Curry was held to, I want to say, 9 points. 1 for 10 from the field. Jimmy Butler didn't play that well. The defense of the Houston Rockets was suffocating. And by that logic, I'm going to go with the Rockets in 6 games. Listen, the Warriors look great, and they had a great resurgence under Jimmy Butler. But I do think there's just levels. I think the Houston Rockets are arguably a level ahead. Now, it's going to depend on how Sengun and Amen Thompson play. I think it really comes down to those 2 pieces right there. We know Fred VanVleet can perform in the playoffs. We know Dylan Brooks is going to put in a good defensive shift. As Amen Thompson and Sengun play up to the level that they can in the playoffs, I don't think the Golden State Warriors will stand a chance. Moving on to the Eastern Conference, you have the Cavaliers and the Heat. Give me the Cavaliers in 5 games. I think the Heat could maybe steal like a game 3 or a game 4. But other than that, I think it's going to be fairly routine for Cleveland, who just looked great all season. Remember when I had them finishing 3rd in the Eastern Conference and everyone called me an idiot? Yeah, I remember that. Now they're 1st. Isn't it crazy how it's almost like I know basketball and I run a channel about basketball? Kind of crazy, right? The Bucks and the Pacers. Now, this gets really interesting once you realize that Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be by himself because Damian Lillard has a blood clot in his shoulder. Now, these are going to be some of the most intense, high-paced games that you're going to get in a playoff series that you could ever imagine. The Pacers and the Bucks, these games could be over 260 points regularly, with Damian Lillard being out and not being available for the start of the series. It really, really just comes down to the Pacers are going to be healthier, and I do think that the Pacers will beat the Bucks in 6 games. Sadly, I love Giannis, but he can't do it all himself. If he does, however, and Damian Lillard comes back for this Cavaliers series, look out for an Eastern Conference Finals run. The Knicks and the Pistons. Now, so much of me wants to go with the Pistons. They match up so well against this Knicks team, and the Thibodeau playoff structure in which players play 40 minutes a night and there's no bench and there's no rest would really, really favor any NBA NBA team going up against them. The Pistons match up so well. They cannot pull out their regular starting lineup. They need to sixth man Mikal Bridges or Josh Hart, and they need to start Mitchell Robinson for the size, or Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren are going to ruin them on the pick and roll. You have great knockdown shooters, and for that reason, I think that it's set up too perfectly for the Detroit Pistons to steal at least 2 to 3 games. Win them all? I don't know. Can they win 4? I have no idea. We're going to give myself a little brain break, and we're going to say that the Celtics sweep the Magic. That's what we're going to do first of all. That's an easy take. But the Knicks and the Pistons, I mean, you want to talk about difficult. The Detroit Pistons are 3-1 against the Knicks this year in the regular season. 3-1. Give me the Detroit Pistons in 7 games against the New York, arguably 6. But give me the Pistons over the Knicks in 7 games. We're going to jump back up here to the Thunder and the Nuggets series. I think the Thunder take down the Nuggets in 6 games. It's going to be a tougher series than it is against the Grizzlies just because of Jokic. Jokic should carry the Nuggets, get at least 2 wins. But I do believe at the end of the day, the Thunder's star power and the Thunder roundedness and their defense, just everything is going to combine to create this perfect sandwich of an unbeatable NBA team that no one's going to be able to touch until maybe the Western Conference Finals. If they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals, it is a failure of a season. Do not let anyone else tell you otherwise. The Timberwolves and the Rockets, we have seen this matchup before. We have seen this matchup before, and we've seen it a lot throughout the regular season. They're usually pretty good games. They are 2-2 against each other this regular season, and all games have been close and exciting. This would be one of the best playoff series I think that you could dish out there. But honestly, the Timberwolves as a 6th seed, they have the playoff mojo. Minnesota's a great crowd. They have the depth. They're finally fully healthy for the one time. 6 games, Timberwolves over the Rockets. They move on to the Western Conference Finals, and you want to talk about a series. We'll get to that in a second. The Cleveland Cavaliers, though, I will 1000% pick them over the Indiana Pacers in 5 games. Now, I do understand the Pacers offense could just be way too much to handle, but I think this is a way better Cavs team. I think they have great defense all around. I think they're a well-rounded team. The guard defense is a little questionable with Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, but I really like that front court defense. I mean, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen will just lock it down constantly. Isaac Okoro's there. You have Ty Jerome, who's a good defender off the bench. I mean, you have everything that you could want for a deeper playoff run. Give me the Cavaliers over the Pacers in 5 games. They make not light work. The games will be close, but they make quick work in 5 games over the Pacers. The Pistons and the Celtics. I think the Pistons could steal the 2 games at home, but at the end of the day, I do think that the Celtics will win in 6 games. This could be a 5-game series win. I just don't think the Pistons are at this level yet. I think they can beat the Knicks, but the Celtics would be a little bit crazy if they beat the Celtics. I mean, you want to talk about a legendary run. That would just be insane. So to break it down, we have the Thunder versus the Timberwolves and the Cavaliers versus the Celtics. We're going to start in the West. No, we're going to start in the East. This comes down really to what team do you just think is better? What team do you have higher? These are the 2 best teams in the East by far. It just comes down to who do you think is better? And in my opinion, I think the Boston Celtics are better than the Cavs. I think this is a 7-game series, and I think that it goes back and forth. I think that it literally goes 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, and then the Celtics win game 7 in Cleveland, which was a tough task. I mean, Cleveland's crowd is very good, but the Celtics, I think they've been here before. They've been here before recently. They've been here before and made it to the finals and won a championship. So I do believe that the Boston Celtics will win against the Cleveland Cavaliers if this series happens. But moving into what I believe will be the best series, arguably within the playoffs, the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Listen, I'm a major fan of Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle. When I made that video on the trade, I basically said that I loved it for the Timberwolves and I loved it for the Knicks. I thought there was a win-win trade, and I could see why the Timberwolves made the move. I mean, the Timberwolves have so much depth. Mike Conley, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham may be getting some minutes if they need offense. Anthony Edwards, TSJ, those are good shooting guards. Small forward, you have Jade McDaniel, really good player. You have Naz Reid, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert leading your front court. What's there not to like? What's there not to like about this Timberwolves team? Why are they a 6 seed? Because they struggled early in the year. They're a 6 seed because of their early season struggles when they weren't fully healthy. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder, most well-rounded team in basketball. Greatest regular season team ever, in my opinion. They are the team to beat. And at the end of the day, I do believe that the Oklahoma City Thunder will win in 7 games against the Timberwolves. And I think that we have I think this is going to be one of the best NBA playoffs in a while. And then you have the Thunder and the Celtics. Give me the Oklahoma City Thunder to win in 6 games. How many points will be scored in game 1 of the NBA Finals? 134. I can't submit it because I don't have an account, but that is my final prediction. The Thunder will win the NBA championship. They're just the best team in the NBA. They got bumped out early last year. It's time for them to make a statement. And I think a statement gets made this season. Appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know what you would do differently. And yeah, let's go.